Okay, Shiv, I mean, it's always a nice feeling coming back to Perth, and obviously nicer to see yourself at the top of the leaderboard today. Share with us your round.
Yeah, it was really good. I was saying earlier, I wasn't even sure I was going to tee it up. I was really struggling on the driving range this morning with my shoulder, and the chiropractor here did a great job to get me fit to play, and popped a couple of pills and went out there. And like I was saying, sometimes when you drop your expectations and you don't really think about a golf swing, you're just trying to get it around and play it one shot at a time. The old cliche of golf, it seems to work pretty well.
Maybe tell us a little bit more about what happened to your shoulder.
I've had a strain in my supraspinatus, which in layman's terms is the muscle that connects the neck to the shoulder, and it actually happened just lifting my golf bag off the carousel a couple of weeks ago. So I'm just, it's not really improving, but it was good enough for me to play. And sometimes, like I said, you don't try and swing hard at it, and it works. And this is a typical golf course where you need to keep the ball in play, and obviously, keep it under the wind. So I think in a way it might have actually helped me.
Let's take some questions.
That can happen in India but not in other parts of the world. But it's funny how you go in the gym and you play golf and you do all these things and you don't get injured, and the littlest thing happens when you travel. And we obviously load our golf bags up with a lot of stuff, and it's just something that happens. It's something you have to accept, but you have to take your precautions, and you learn that when you travel, you've just got to be that much more cautious.
How close were you not to playing at all?
Well, it got better as I warmed up, but the first few shots that I hit, I couldn't really hold the club at the top of my backswing. It seemed to get better. The sort of attitude I had was, it's been going on for a couple of weeks now, so it's been a bit frustrating for me. But I'm one of those. Even last week, I played terribly in the first round, but I just said I'm going to play through it. If you sign up to play a tournament, you want to give it your best until you can really not swing. I've checked with the physios and the chiro, and they said it's not really going to do me any damage if I play, but it's not going to heal. So as long as I'm in a position where I can swing the golf club, I'm going to keep playing.
Do you worry about your longevity through the weekend though?
I expect it to get better. Luckily I played in the morning today, so I have enough time between today and tomorrow to work on it and to get it better. I think the only cure for it is rest, and we keep playing tournaments and we don't rest it. I've got a week off next week, so now especially with the position I put myself in, I think adrenaline sort of kicks in and takes you through the week, and I'll worry about it probably next week.
What shoulder is it?
The right shoulder.
Right shoulder. And you said you were lifting your bag up the carousel. What airport?
I was in Singapore.
Singapore, yeah. And what runs through your mind when something like that happens, something so innocuous?
You just think, you lift all the weights in the gym, you do all the exercises you do, and nothing happens, and a small thing like that can just, it's quite frustrating, because I had a really good week in Abu Dhabi coming into Singapore, and I was really excited and confident of my chances with the way I played, and then you just, injuries are just frustrating, but it's part and parcel of the game. I've been in this sport for, professional golf for over 12 years now, and you just realize that you have to take these things in your stride.
Yeah, even top of the leaderboard at the moment, what would it mean to you if you could win this week?
A lot. I said at the start of the week, I love playing in Australia. It's my favorite sort of country to come and play, just predominantly because the way the golf courses are set up. The last time I was in Perth was at the Wines, the Johnny Walker Classic, and I had a good outing there as well. I think I finished top 5 there. So I like these hard, fast conditions. Really makes you think around the greens. The greens are pure and very slopey. To be honest, obviously I wasn't expecting to shoot 66 going out today, but you'd obviously take it. The conditions were hard, and hopefully I can stay in the same frame of mind, which was today. I think I did a really good job of playing it one shot at a time and not really getting ahead of myself. And that was a tip my sister gave me last night. She sent me a text saying, just go back to playing one shot at a time, and I think I did a good job of that.
Yeah. For those fans who might not know much about you, can you just tell us a bit about yourself and your golf journey?
I don't know. It started back in 2005. I think I was one of those people that didn't really set out to be a professional golfer, like most people at a young age. My parents actually wanted me to study and to be an investment banker, and I had to deal with them. And I said, let me try and play professional golf, and if I can make something of it in 3 or 4 years, great. If not, I'll go back to grad school and I'll get an MBA, and everybody's happy. So, in fact, my rookie year, I came out on the Asian Tour and just had a breakthrough season, and won the Rookie of the Year. In fact, I pipped Australia's Andrew Buckle at the time, who was the next rising star out of here, and won the Volvo Masters of Asia. Came down to Australia, played in the Johnny Walker Classic, and suddenly I'm paired with Craig Parry and Fred Couples in the first 2 rounds, and I was playing with Robert Allenby in the final round, who at the time was looking to win the Triple Crown, so to speak, when he won, I think, the Masters and the PGA. And I think that was my introduction to people in Australia, that he can hang tough with some of the big boys. And obviously, like any journey in sport, I had a great start to it, but then obviously I went on playing on the European Tour, and I've had a couple of frustrating seasons in the middle. I lost my card last year, and to get a chance to play in Abu Dhabi at the start of the year, to sort of fight my way back and then get another opportunity here would mean a lot for me to get back. So in a nutshell, that's been my journey so far.
Yeah. Are your parents convinced yet about golf? Or?
Yeah, I think now it works the other way. Every now and then when you have a couple of bad weeks, I'm like, yeah, I'm just going to pack it in. Maybe I shouldn't play golf anymore. And if they heard this, or egging me on and saying, no, it's been the right decision. I mean, if I've lasted 12 years, I hope I can last probably 10 more.
I saw guys had some up and down rounds today, but working for you, was that one of the most pleasing things of your round?
Yeah, I think the conditions, usually in the morning you expect pretty benign conditions, but it was, the wind was a completely different direction today, and it was also quite swirly. It was tough to sort of pick the wind, so to not have a blemish on the card is a big bonus. I think that's the key around here, is to really eliminate the mistakes. The course does give you a lot of birdie opportunities, but you can be 50, 60 yards on the green and make, double bogey even. It's one of those courses where you just have to be on the correct side of the hole most of the time, and I think I managed to plot my way around pretty well. I think I got a lot of help from my caddy, Graham, who just every time before I hit a shot just said, right of the hole's better or left of the hole's better or slightly short of this flag. So I think we did a really good job of our course management, which it's accentuated a bit more in the wind the way it was today.
All right, no further questions. Good luck this week, Shiv.
Thank you. Thanks.